What's the biggest mistake someone made by parking on your property? Friday nights out here in the country can get loud, and I usually don't mind. My neighbors like to throw the occasional party, and as long as they're not tearing up the place or keeping me awake all night, I let it go. Tonight, though, I was on call for the Virginia State Police towing rotation. That means if a wreck happens or there's a DUI or an impound, I have 25 minutes to get there. No excuses. I noticed the party starting up earlier in the evening. A few cars rolled in, then more. I walked over to my neighbor's place and told her directly that I was on call and just needed my driveway and the road kept clear. She said that wouldn't be a problem. Around 12:30 a.m., I got the call to warm up both the rotator and the light-duty flatbed. I threw on my boots and gear, figuring I'd also knock out a few shop chores while I was up. But when I got to my car, I was completely blocked in. Not one or two vehicles, 15, all crammed in tight, parked in the road, across the driveway, even spilling onto parts of my yard. I hiked back over to my neighbor's place. It was packed wall to wall with drunk teenagers. One of them, some guy I'd never seen before, demanded to know why I was on his property. I kept walking, found the neighbor, told her again I needed the cars moved right now because I had to work. She barely reacted, just mumbled something into the house about moving the trucks next door and slammed the door in my face. I knocked again. She opened it, clearly drunk, gave me a groan, and muttered something nasty before slamming it again. From inside, I heard her yell another insult. On my way back, one of the party guests threw a beer at me and started laughing. That was enough. I called dispatch and told them to send every available tow truck we had, 10 rigs total. Then I contacted the local police dispatch to have an officer sent out for safety, just in case anyone got belligerent. Within minutes, trucks were rolling down the road and lining up. We started hooking up every vehicle that was illegally parked, in the road, across my driveway, or on my land. Cars and trucks went one after another, loaded up and hauled to the impound yard. One guy jumped in his yellow Civic and sped off before we could get to it. Another girl tried to drive her gold Silverado off my lawn, but ended up stuck, spinning her tires and ripping up the yard. She was obviously drunk. The officer walked over, did the usual checks, and ended up arresting her for underage drinking and DUI. One by one, the rest of the cars disappeared down the road. By the time we wrapped up, it was well past 2 a.m. I made it to the shop with coffee and snacks for my crew. We were tired, but nobody was complaining. Saturday isn't a business day, which meant all those towed vehicles would rack up 2 days of storage fees. Each owner now owed $289.50 for the tow, $55 per day storage, and a $100 gate fee if they wanted to get their car out over the weekend. I left a little note on every single receipt, thanking the party host for helping us stay busy. By late morning, the phone started ringing, parents yelling, demanding to know where their kid's car was. I gave them the address to the yard and told them they were welcome to come by. Some tried to threaten legal action, saying it was illegal towing. I calmly showed them photos of their cars parked under clearly posted "no parking" and "do not block driveway" signs. I explained that I had made every effort to resolve things peacefully and gave plenty of warning before calling in the trucks. They didn't want to listen, and I wasn't about to let 15 drunk teenagers block me from doing my job. Next time, maybe they'll think twice, because when you block a tow truck driver's driveway, we're not just going to honk and wait. We'll take your vehicles, legally, efficiently, and with a smile.